Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investing. My name is Jose, the founder of the brand here at Master Investor. Ensure to subscribe and turn on the notifications if you're new to our community. Welcome, and also click the links in the description to have access to our products like our ebooks and digital courses that we have available in our website. You can also find our ebooks on Amazon. However, when you get them on our website, our members will gain additional assets that comes with each digital course. Every book that we have written has turned into a digital course, and we are adding more assets as we move forward to emphasize more on that topic of that ebook. And we will edit anything that needs to be changed as everything evolves in this new world of technology and artificial intelligence. We have to be willing to be flexible and change and be okay with adapting in new environments, right? Because everything is changing, so we need to learn something new, and we need to let go of whatever we learned before, even the week before, right? Because it may be obsolete by now. So we need to be focusing on building our mindset with knowledge. We need to be reading, we need to be listening to podcasts that improves our mindset. So our time needs to be invested properly, because the time that we have is the most precious asset we all have, okay? Regardless of the class, the economic class in which we find ourselves today, what determines what kind of wealth we will have tomorrow and in the near future is measured by the way we invest our time, what we do on our free time, right? Are we reading? Are we investing? Are we talking about money with our partners, right? Are we building a team? Are we building a brand? Are we contributing something to the world to improve the world? There's a need in the world, and we are passionate about solving and filling in that need with a product. And so we have a solution, we have a system of systems. We learn here inside our community that a true business is a system of systems. Let's go for a walk, and we're gonna be speaking tonight, or on this beautiful day. Maybe you're watching this and the other side of the world and it's morning time. So we're gonna be speaking about the importance of having the right partnerships, having win-win relationships with everybody that we deal with, including our customers. We need to be transparent. We also need to be more organized, which that can immediately improve our wealth, okay? Just by having more organization can change a person's life in an instant. So take a look at our surroundings right now and figure out what are we going to do in the next week, and what type of resources we're going to use from our environment that will help us build or acquire our first business or asset that is providing us with positive cash flow, okay? Specifically positive cash flow, because capital gains income will come along the way, because some assets in different asset classes will only bring capital gains income. But rule number one in our community here at Master Investors is that we focus on building passive income and multiplying money through sound investing. That's rule number one. We have to respect that rule. When we do that, that is exactly what the ultra wealthy do. So everything that we do inside our community is copying what the ultra wealthy does, what they do in order to build wealth, right? We need to understand the ultra wealthy mindset in order for us to be able to operate with that same context, and then we can pour in the content. But context is the most important out of the two, because if you have the wrong context and you pour in and you filling in the content that is appropriate with the wealthy mindset, but you don't have the wealthy context, then it's not gonna sink in, it's not going to grasp, it's not going to stay. It's gonna go in one ear and get out of the other one. So we need to first look into our core values, change the context, our mind frame in which we think about money and how we make money, and the understanding about what is money today and how it has evolved and the changes in the laws. We talk about all of this inside of our ebooks, by the way. How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On is a great book to start with. That will give you also access to a financial statement that can be downloaded into Excel, and we can edit that as we move forward, okay? It's important that we understand how to read financial statements and improve them. That is the foundation of true wealth, and the ability of reading financial statements. A lot of people don't even know what a financial statement looks like. That's why our book and digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, includes a financial statement. All we have to do is fill it in. And when we do that, we will exactly know where we are financially today. I'm going to show you right now exactly the beautiful mansion of Versace right over here in beautiful Miami. This is where Versace, the founder of Versace, lived right here. I'm walking over here. It's a little dark right now because it's in the middle of the night, but now it became a restaurant and it's a museum. So you see it right here. He got killed right over here by one of his fans, was waiting on him close by here, obviously, and he got out of the house and he was killed right here on the stairs. Versace. And so now you can come in, look at the menu right here. E is a hotel as well, and it's a museum, I believe. So pretty cool history here in Miami. This is where Miami Vice was recorded, for those who have watched that show back in the 90s and the 80s. I think it's when it was recorded, but it's this area right here is very famous. This is called South Beach. This is the landmark of Miami Beach, one of them at least. And it's a beautiful place. It's safe. I highly recommend it to come here for networking purposes and also for vacation. It's just a great vibe, and it's a great place to introduce a product, open market. Technology is moving here. It's always under construction, meaning that people are moving here. And when people move, that means that there are jobs that exist there and economy is booming. So we need to focus on understanding the world and the new economy. We need to win in the game of money. We don't need to play average. We need to focus on building our asset column. A lot of people spend the entire day working for somebody else's job, and they end up living that lifestyle for the rest of their lives, not knowing that they could actually make more money through investing and with a lot less work by working smart and letting the money work hard for us. But we need to understand financial education. We need to invest in financial education. It's the only way. Otherwise, you will end up giving your money away. You will end up thinking that business is risky, and it would just be a bad investment to give the money to somebody else to do it for us, unless that company is a legit company and is bringing you some sort of passive income every quarter or whenever they're telling you that they will deposit the passive income. But like we always say inside of our community here at Master Investor, we want to focus on building our asset column, and we want to be part of those assets being built. We want to understand how to build an asset from scratch. We want to be able to take control and actively invest in different asset classes. We want to be able to raise capital by bringing the deal together, okay? So it takes actively investing. It's totally different than the average investor, which is a passive investor, which is someone that seeks a third party to do it for them. And usually that third party doesn't know anything about investing. He or she makes money through commission by having that clients or that investors, that passive investors, which is a financial uneducated investor, money into the market or whatnot, and they earn commission. They don't even earn through passive income. They're not real financial investors. So be careful who you listen to. A lot of people are salespeople, and that's all they are. They're not financial investors. So learn the different types of investors that exist. Choose the one that best fit but we encourage everyone to become an inside investor, or also known as the ultimate investor, or we call it the master investor, right? A master investor is someone that has control over our finances. We have control over our time 100%, and we have assets that we control with our entities. We have different entities controlling assets, and we create brands. We understand how to use debt, how to minimize taxes all the way to zero, how to raise capital, how to make money with debt. A lot of people don't know how to use debt to make money because they don't know anything about business. And when we talk about investing, we have to always go back to business, because every investment has a business underneath. When you look at any type of investment, whether it is an investment in crypto, commodities, paper assets, right? There's a business behind it. And so there's always a business solving a problem in the world behind that business, underneath that investment. So when we learn how to read financial statements, and starting with our personal financial statement, by the way, when you get our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, you'll have the blank financial statement that we should fill in immediately and figure out what is the first step that we need to do to improve our assets on our asset column, right? Because we will figure out how many assets we have. A lot of people have no assets, and if they call their house an asset, usually it's a liability, because a simple question we ask them when we look at the financial statement, we say, who's paying for the house mortgage? If you're paying it with your hard-earned money, then that means the house is a liability, even though it may be going up in value since you bought it or since you acquired it, because it's still the bank's money. It's the banks, you're using debt. And a lot of people think because it's the biggest debt that they have is their biggest asset, but it's not. Unless the house is making us money right now through passive income. For example, if the person were to move out and rent the house through Airbnb, and now the house is bringing in 3 times as much as the mortgage, and is able to pay all the expenses, the mortgage, the debt service, the interest, and is leaving the owner with 2 times of the mortgage as profits, as positive cash flow. Now that house is an asset. That debt is good debt. But if the person is paying for it with their hard-earned money, then it's not good debt, it's bad debt. So good debt goes hand to hand with an asset, and bad debt goes hand to hand with a liability. It's quite simple at the end of the day. We keep it super simple, everything that we do here inside of our community. So when we explain such a complex subject such as business and investing, then the first thing we want to do is keep it super simple. And business is supposed to be like that. If we can explain it to an 8-year-old with a clear message in less than 5 minutes for them to understand what the business is about, if the individual or the 8-year-old, the 9-year-old cannot understand what we're talking about, then it shouldn't be a good business, right? So that could be a test of knowing whether a business or something that we're being presented with, does it make sense to an 8-year-old? Does it make sense to a 15-year-old, right? Because we're talking about doing an investment or a business that is providing a solution to the world. What type of solution is it providing? What type of product, right? What are the systems behind it? What are the sales records? What are the profit margins? You know, is it a digital product? Is it a physical product? How long has it existed? So many questions that we need to go through, but as we build our assets and we begin to acquire different assets and invest in different asset classes, right? Because we can start investing right now. If you're hearing this, you might have the opportunity to invest in crypto. You might have the opportunity to invest in papers, assets or commodities, or even starting a business. Maybe you've been pondering an idea and now we're going to give a shape and give a form. We're going to bring a business plan into reality. We're going to put everything down. We're going to create a list and we're going to execute, and we're going to push that idea forward with a system of systems to deliver the product and service to the marketplace. And it's niche. We need to figure out if our niche is big enough. Can we expand? Is it scalable? Can we grow this to the next level, right? We need leverage. And when we use leverage, what is leverage? right? Anything that will help us get to the next level effortlessly. So it could be a system, it could even be people. We can use people as leverage. That's why having the right connections and being the right person is important. It's critical that we understand that networking is something that we should always do every single day. We need to be out there meeting new people, creating new contacts. People will do business with us because they like us, know us, and trust us. The more we do something, the better we become at that. Okay, it's just a fact, right? The more we practice, the more we improve. It's not really that we get to perfection. For some people, it might look like perfection, but there's always room to improve. And a master understands we are always a student of the field in which we're mastering. So as a master investor, we're studying money every day. We're talking about money. We're talking about solving a problem in the world, how we're going to live and impact in the world. Even after we're gone, our brands and businesses will continue to provide solutions and improve people's lives. That's what we want to do, right? We want to leave a mark in the world. We want to know that when we are done, we did everything that we came here to do. We fulfill our purpose. We live through our purpose. A lot of people are not living through their purpose. They're living through their obligations and things that they must do, otherwise they'll be living on the street. So people are living to pay for the bills because they have orchestrated or positioned themselves wrongly when in the game of money, right? They have filled themselves with a lot of liabilities. Now, there's nothing wrong with having liabilities, but the problem is that they have no assets to pay for those liabilities, so they have to work harder at a job, put more hours into their job to keep up with their lifestyle. So at the end, that is called the rat race because there's no end to it. The more luxury things the family gets, the more parents have to stay away because they have to work extra hard to provide that lifestyle. So the less memories together, and that is not the point of life. Actually, it's the very opposite. It's about creating free time so that we can enjoy ourselves with the people that we truly want and love in our lives, right? With the people that we care about, with our friends, with family, with whoever. It could be a partner, friend, right? Even ourselves, even traveling alone, taking a walk like we're doing right now. We're doing this every single day, providing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. If you ever wanted to start a business and you have dreams of solving a problem in the world, you have a product, you have an idea, like, let's mastermind, let's talk about it. We have put together a digital course that will help you bring that idea into reality and create a system of systems that will deliver that into the world on autopilot and take that to $1 million business operation, okay? And we're gonna show you how to read financial statements, how to improve our personal financial statements. So when you get our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, it comes with additional assets. We have a mutual agreement there that we can also use when we meet a business owner and we want to send people to that business. We want to collect a percentage of whatever transaction is happening based on the people that we're sending over there. We don't want to leave money on the table, and a lot of people do that all the time. I see it happening, okay? People are wearing brands, clothing brands, and they're promoting those brands, and they're telling everyone where they're getting their hair product, everything that they use. They tell everyone where to get it, but they forget how to position themselves to legally and ethically obtain a percentage of every transaction. And it's only right to do that because that is called business sense. It's called, I have a network, you have a business, and if I bring my network to you because you're looking for new clients, then I should deserve a percentage of that, okay? Because I'm making money, I'm making profits to that business. So having different networks is important, different people that we can serve, because everybody's always looking for something. So it's all about connecting people and creating magic, but we need to have the right agreements in place. So you'll find a mutual agreement there that is universal. Anybody can use it in any country, right? You just have to put the party's name, and it's renewable every year. And you just come into a mutual agreement. Okay, we'll get 10%, 15%, 90% of every sale that I bring to your business. Okay, any sale that I bring from my network or any marketing that I do, we get XYZ percentage. And if we want to change the terms, we will do that after a year. We can renew it. It's good for a year. So check it out. Start right now, because in the future that same digital course is going to cost a lot more. As we add more assets, we're going to add exclusive interviews with wealthy entrepreneurs that have succeeded and are succeeding today in the field in which we're going to be talking about in that book. So somebody that has success online, building a successful business online, will be talking about how they did it for 30 minutes, and we're going to have episodes of different wealthy entrepreneurs. I'm talking about celebrities and people that are also business people that other people don't know, but they're wealthy, okay? Usually the wealthy, ultra wealthy, they're behind the scenes, okay? Because we're doing everything with entities. So we're going to show you how to do business correctly. You don't have to ever show up your face on a camera to become a financial investor, okay? I enjoy to do what I'm doing, such as these videos, because it improves me as a leader. I love to help out as much as I can and bring awareness with financial education. I'm passionate about helping everyone raise their financial IQ and help all of our members and humanity, for that matter, to create more wealth fast, okay? And true wealth. I'm talking about having assets that are producing passive income. That income that we touch is coming in. We have control over that, okay? And often we will treat that as an expense. That profit will be an expense, a good expense, meaning that we have already chose an expense or a business or an investment in which that money is going to go to work. And we're going to put that money to work. We're going to recycle that maybe into a whole different asset class, okay? But we're always going to be reinvesting back into our businesses. And of course, those businesses will buy other assets. And that's the holy grail, to have our businesses that we're building buy and purchase other businesses that are cash flowing in different asset classes, different investments. So now our X, Y, and Z business is going to pay for a commercial real estate property, down payment for a commercial real estate property right in front of the beach. We're going to get a loan for X, Y, and Z property, and we're going to use our business that's creating XYZ per month on cash flow. We're going to use that to put down for the down payment of the commercial real estate property that is also creating cash flow today. So it's all about having assets that pays for everything that we do in our lives, including our living expenses, our businesses, and liabilities, okay? Anything that we want. So if we want to create a new liability or acquire a new liability or experience a new luxury, then figure out how we're going to acquire an asset first that will pay for that liability's expense. That way we can do that experience over and over again without having to worry about who's going to pay for it, because now it's free. Now we position ourselves to not only help the world because we have a business that is solving a problem, we have a product that is helping the world, and because we're doing that successfully, or the business is doing that on autopilot for us, then those profits will be used to pay for that liability. And we want to make sure that we focus on providing as many solutions that we can to the world, because if you think about it, if you can wrap your mind around that solution, if it's never been created, then you might be up to something. Don't underestimate your intelligence. If you see a vision of some sort of product, write it down. Have a notepad next to the bed. When we wake up, write it down, right? Write down the idea on a piece of paper or on your notes on our iPhone or whatever phone smart device we use, but we need to be putting things down and writing our goals. And if you want me to give you, not a secret, but something that has been practiced for decades to help us manifest, is that we have to think of ourselves as if we have already done what we want to do. Don't think of yourself wanting to do something that you haven't done, because according to the laws of the universe, we'll be pushing that out instead of in. We want to attract. So the way to attract at the highest level is by thinking that we have already done the experience that we haven't experienced yet. And that way we're able to create a perfect image of the experience with us in it, experiencing that. So that's what the universe copies, and it provides us with the people, with experiences, with opportunities in our lives to take advantage of that opportunity to create that ideal scene that we saw on our minds, that we really created from thin air. So we can literally get what we want out of life, but we need to be that type of person. We need to start being who we want to be, and we need to start acting like we already are that person, even before you become that person. So act like a master investor. Start thinking like a master investor, right? So you walk around and you start imagining that there's an unlimited amount of money, because we know how to raise capital. That's the job number one of a wealthy entrepreneur. And the skill number one of a wealthy entrepreneur is to sell without selling, using systems and smart marketing. So we're mastering that. We're walking around and we understand that we can raise any type of capital, because as long as we have a good deal, money will find us. And so our job is to find good opportunities, put them together, analyze the financial statements, put together a cash flow analysis, show the bank exactly how much they're going to be making, so that they want to be involved in the investment. They want to put the money into that investment because their camel score will improve, or also known as their credit score, basically. And it improves every time they acquire more assets like this. Any type of building that brings some cash flow, like this one right here, okay? Any building that brings cash flow to the investor, to the bank, is going to be a good incentive for them to lend us the money, okay? So once we have a good deal in our hands on paper, then money will find us, or we will find the money, okay? So a lot of people say, oh, you need money to make money. No, first you need financial education, because there's a lot of people with money in the world, and yeah, they cannot make money through investing, but they have money in the bank. So if that was the case, that yeah, you need money to make money, then everybody will be making money. Yes, we need to learn how to spend money wisely and how to invest and how to allocate money, right? Because we're going to be raising capital from banks, from private lenders, from customers, and we need to allocate that money correctly. Otherwise, the business will go down and will fail, and people will file bankrupt, right? And that's the next step when people hit rock bottom. And it happens. Majority of businesses never succeed. Now, there are a lot of businesses or operations that will be using the laws to reposition themselves with better loans and better terms. So there might be bankruptcies done to position and cancel out bad terms, and then just take over with new loans and terms. So there are strategies that are done to literally get better terms, and that way the deal can work, because the banks are in the business of lending money. Like I mentioned, they want the deals to work. And remember, in good deals, the numbers work. In bad deals, the numbers do not work. So all we have to do is pay attention to the numbers. We have to run the numbers, crunch the numbers, right? What are the expenses of the business? Every business, every investment has a financial statement. And that financial statement tells us exactly what is going on with the finances of that business, how profitable it is, and how profitable can we make it, because we're going to figure out if the current owner has mismanaged that business, and maybe there is something that we can do to improve that immediately. Or maybe it could be many things that we can do that we have spot that the current owner is not doing, and that's what we're interested in acquiring it. And let's use also seller financing, options to raise capital, right? We're going to be talking about that in our 4th ebook. We have 3 right now. We have how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on. We have the 10 rules of money, how to invest in crypto to build wealth, and how to raise capital to build wealth. It's going to be released in the next month or so. So stay tuned. We have more products coming out to help us build true wealth. So the foundation of true wealth is found in the ability of reading financial statements, starting with our own. My question is, have we seen our financial statement? Have you seen your financial statement? If you haven't, then make sure you get our ebooks. Click the link in the description. Get how to build cash flow with the internet. Turn passive income on, because that way you'll have a financial statement that is blank and is ready to fill in, okay? And we're going to start working on building the asset column. Specifically, we're going to be acquiring assets that produce passive income. And you might say, well, I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't know if I can start a business. It's okay. Trust me, get the ebook. It will be the great investment that you have made today, okay? It is a fraction of what a coffee and a meal every day at Starbucks for a week is going to cost you. So take advantage of this great deal. It's a win-win. In a year from now, that course is going to be way more, and whoever gets in today is going to be grandfathered in. So whenever you get in, you're going to be grandfathered in for the rest of that course lifespan, okay, which will be forever, because we're adding more assets. So let's say in 5 years that asset is, X, Y, and Z, because we have 100 different assets, including interviews with wealthy entrepreneurs and just really good data, exclusive data that's not even on YouTube. It's only for our members. Anybody that got in today, we will always have access at no additional cost for any asset that we will add in there, okay? And that's something that we're going to keep doing for the rest of our existence here at Master Investor. Is something that we will do forever in all of our products. So if it's a digital product, if it's a ebook that has turned into a digital product, and we add in more assets and the price increases in the future, at whatever time we decide to get in, we will be grandfathered in for any other asset that is added after we get in, okay? We don't have to pay the difference for the price, as we will begin to charge more. But that is just a great incentives for everybody to take advantage, because it's just a great deal. I mean, even the information that is there right now is a bargain, is a fraction of what should be really cost today, okay? So get in right now. Go get how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on. You're gonna thank me later. Click the link in the description. It has 49 chapters, the ebook, with 540 pages long. Is going to take you from A to Z. It's going to teach us exactly how to start our business, how to create a cash flow system that works, that upsells on autopilot, that creates leads for us on a daily basis for any type of business, that creates passive income, and it grows even when we're not there. Remember, when we start a business, we want to think of a business as detached from ourselves. We don't want to be involved as an employee of our business. We don't want to create our own job. We want to make sure that we're working on our businesses and on our investments, but never end them. Okay, we don't want to be an employee of our business, because otherwise we would just simply own a job. And what we're doing is creating more time, creating more control over our time, creating more cash flow in our lives, positive cash flow that is coming in from our assets that we're controlling. The threes of a master investor: number one, financial experience; number two, financial education, right? And number three, excess of cash flow. And I like to start with financial education and then financial experience, because we want to act with guidance when it comes to investing, and more when we're doing it actively, meaning that we are involved in the investment. We're putting it together, we're incorporating, we're not giving our money away to anyone to invest for us. We're doing it ourselves. We're involved as a financial investor. We're close to the deal, to the center of the deal. We are the center of the deal, and we're putting the team together. We're attracting the money, okay? And so everything that we do here in our community is to help us understand how to raise capital and how to create true wealth, to the point that we live the lifestyle that we all desire. Everybody's wealth number is different. Not everybody likes to have the same things in their lives. So you have to figure out for yourself what is the wealth number that you have, what is the standard of living, what is that you want to have in your life. And we need to create assets that will produce that amount and more, so that we can thrive. In however many years we can do that for, that is our wealth number. That's how we measure wealth. It's how many years can we go without working and still thrive with the lifestyle that we have. In fact, we can even improve it if we want to experience things or new things or luxury things in the future. So we don't shrink, we actually improve our lifestyle. And the only way to do that is by having assets that improve in value and that creates passive income, because they are solving a problem in the marketplace, and encouraging everyone to focus on building brands and acquiring brands, because companies are commodities that can be replaced by another company that turns into a brand. So brands will be here forever, and brands cannot be replaced, okay, because they're protected through legalities. They have intrinsic value, like Master Investor, like Nike, Adidas, all these big brands, right? And we have protected what we do unique, right? Whatever we create, the product that we have a patent, we have registered our logo, we have a trademark, and so that no party can come and take what we're doing, okay? So protecting our brands or our companies is critical. It's a process that will take us to become a brand, to take a company to become a brand. And of course, it has to have business integrity, which means that the company is built to raise capital from the front end, meaning that it's making profits from the front end, from the end user, from the clients, and from the back end. It means that it has to have such a structure that is appropriate and legal, so that it attracts money from the banks and also and private investors from the back end, and also of course from the front end, because customers are valuing the product. They are solving the problem with the product that we are offering, and we are under promising and over delivering. All right, so I hope that you learned a lot from today's talk. Let me know what you think. Click the link in the description, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you being here on this beautiful day. And if you have any questions, drop it below. We're going to come back and answer them. And I'll see you inside my inner circle. Get our ebooks, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, the 10-year rules of money, and how to invest in crypto to build wealth. We're working on our 4th ebook, How to Raise Capital to Build Wealth. Stay tuned and make sure you share the video and start investing and start thinking about the asset or investment that we're going to embark on in the next days. Write things down. The more we write, the more we can manifest. Thank you for joining me again. I appreciate your time, and make sure you give a like if you find something valuable on this video. Bring you the good and bad news of money, the business principles at work in all economies. Thank you for joining me, and stay extraordinary and wealthy. Bye for now.